Hello. I would like to talk to you now about Git. So Git is a version control tool. What does that mean? Like in English, it's a tool that developers use to keep track on the modifications they do in the project. So when you do a development project, and there are like a lot of it's a long lifespan to create a software or website, and then somehow they have many people working on the same project. So we have this version control, the most like Git, and it's used to keep track on what we're doing. So Git, as a student, you should learn it. As a professional, you must use it. So so I will just give you like some like introduction to Git, and like but you will have to learn more about it on your own. Anyway, first thing you do, you go and you download Git from this website, gitscm.com, and then download whatever version you have. I already have Git in my computer. After that, you come here to the terminal and you do a git config global, and then user dot name. So I already have the user dot name defined, but if you want to define a new user name, in your case, you write something like, I don't know, Anas. So now the my username now is Anas, but I wanna use the other one that I usually use, so I'm gonna change it back, and like this. So you define a username, and then you define also a user email. So in my case, my email is like this, and yeah, you can, if you want to define your email, you can just after this command git config -- global user.email, and then you write an email now something@something.com. So that will be like how the email looks like, but I don't want that. I'm gonna change back to my original email, so like this. Okay, so this is Git. Now you want to initialize a Git repository in your project. So in the root folder of your project, you run this command git init, and now you will have an initialized empty repository. So if you do like this, git status, it tells you that these folders are not being followed, are not being like what's the word? I think not followed, but yeah, like Git does not supervise those folders and see if some changes happening to them. So we have to add them. To add them, we do like this: git add and dot. So we add every folder and every file in the root directory, and then now Git will be following everything. So git status looks like this, so it's following all these files. After that, we would like to I would like to tell you about Git Ignore. So you have inside your like root folder, you have to define a .git ignore file, which means these are the files that Git will ignore. So in this case, I have copied this file from somewhere online. These are like the folders you want that Git ignores, for example, this band and other folders. But like the best way, an easy way to get a Git ignore file, just come to Google, say Git ignore, and you Google for Python, PyCharm, Django, and Windows, for example, and so I'm having like Python and running with PyCharm and running a Django project on Windows. So Git Ignore will be prepared automatically for you. You will find like some examples of Git Ignore, and you can just copy this into your into that file you have in the project. So once we have that, now I can commit a version of my project. So I would say git commit -m. -m means message. So what's the message I want to do? it's gonna be, what is this? It's gonna be hello world. So hello world defined. So I just like define that hello world view. So this is my first message. So now I just committed this. So now, which means if I work later and I change my project locally, I can always come back to this state of the project right now, and I can reverse to it and see how it looked like at that time. So now I wanna show you the second part of Git is GitHub. So you don't only have Git, but you can also have something called GitHub, and there's also GitLab, the one you know, and there's like Bitbucket. So these GitHubs, they are like online repositories in which you can put your Git in which you can put your projects like that you have locally, and you put them online. So we'll have repositories online. So I can show you here, for example, this is my profile. I have like few repositories here. I have like put them already. Like some work from before, but now we'll make a new repository. And now before that, let's fix the SSH issue, so that we can send information from our computer to the GitHub without problem. So you go to settings. If you don't have a GitHub account, you create one, or you do the same thing in GitLab, and you go to settings, and in SSH and GPGKs, I will delete this one so you can make a new one. You will have to do a new SSH key. So you can give it a name, for example, so I know that this is the SSH key for my computer. I call it like my HP Windows. So I'm using Windows. I have an HP computer. So I want to call it like that. You can call it anything. But now I need the key. Where do I get the key from? So to do that, you will come here and you will look for Git Bash. Git Bash. So this is Git Bash, and this is how it looks. And you will run this command ssh kgen. And when you run this command, it says that we are generating SSH. Do you want to generate in this folder? I say yes. You want to enter a passphrase? No, I'm going to use empty. Now I have a new SSH key. So where is this SSH key? It's in my it's in this folder here inside my. They say to you here what folder it was. It was user/user/.ssh/idrsa. So I'm here in user/user. This is the folder .ssh, and here I have my key. So what I need the public key. This is the private key. This is the one that should stay secret, and the public key is the one that can be shared. So this is like some security like notions, but just remember, in SSH key you can share the public one, the private one. This one should stay hidden. So let's open this public key. I just like I will come here, edit with Notepad++. So this is my key. I just like copy everything. So select everything and copy it, and then I will go back to GitHub right here, and I will paste it here, that key. And when I did that, I can just like now add SSH key, and it will ask me for my password. So okay, now I have my SSH key. It's now ready to be used. So let's go and create a repository here. So new repository, and I will call it I don't know, SDA Django tutorial. Make sure you leave this empty. Don't put in a readme file. Don't add this, because we already have this stuff in our local project. So create repository. Here it is. So now I come here and I click on SSH. So this is what I need. I already have done git init. I already done the git commit. So I just like need this command, git add origin, and I just git remote add origin, and we do like this. So copy, I will explain to you what this means exactly. So Git, the command git remote, it means like I'm gonna connect with the remote server, in this case GitHub. Add origin, so I wanna add like a repository on the server GitHub, we call it origin, and this is the SSH link to do that. So if I click on this, now I have added it. So now what do I need to do? It's a git push. So now I just need to git push. So git push minus u origin, and then that's it. So let's see. So I think a git push is gonna be enough. Let's try git push. Okay, so I will have to do this. So git push has no upstream. So copy this. So we want to push the origin to master, and we want to say upstream. So to the origin we will push master. Master is the branch of Git that we have in our local computer. So all of this is new to you if you don't know Git before, but it will become like common vocabulary. But anyway, we are working on the branch master in our Git, and let's see how it looks. Are you sure you want to continue? So doesn't say if the dot cannot be established. Okay, yes. Okay, so now we have added that GitHub as a trusted host, and in which now we have sent our Git repository. Let's see how it looks here. And where was it? No, not this one, but this is the one. So now if everything is good, when I renew this, you see now this is like my files. They have already been uploaded to GitHub. So this is the hello world defined, the commit we have defined, and here inside each one of those folders you'll find our files. For you, you can always come here and download the code. I will send you like the link of this code. So I'm gonna put a tag, which means a version, create a new version. So I'll just like call it here maybe v0. Yeah, doesn't sound too bad. Or v1. No, v0 is okay. So here hello world, and hello world with Django. I will give it like hello world with Django. Okay, so I don't need. Okay, let's publish this release. So now we have our v1 release. Okay, let's go back to here, and now I can share with you this version 0, and you can always come back to this version and download it or check the files here. So this is a small idea about Git and GitHub. In general, Git works locally on your computer, and it helps you keep track on what's happening in your project, and you can always revert back to something you did before. There are also like more interesting aspects about Git, but this is like just the main thing you should know. And then GitHub allows you to upload your repository, your work online, so that other people can see it, other people can contribute to it. So this is the idea, and I hope you will try to start using Git more in your development. It's a must for a developer in the professional world. I need to stop the